Hello everyone, MSRNDA 2007 here, and in this episode of Radios in Depth, I'm going to be reviewing a more modern Midland radio, and that is the Midland ER310. So with that being said, here we go. So like I usually do, before I get into any of the features and specifications of this radio, I'm going to give a quick little overview of it. So as you can see here, we have the screen, speaker, No Weather Radio logo here in the top right corner, our 6 buttons down here, Midland logo. Here on the left side, we have the LED flashlight and dog whistle. Here on the right side of the radio, we have the antenna, and also we have all of our inputs and outputs behind this flap. There's nothing on the bottom, and then on top, we have the button that turns on the flashlight, SOS beacon, and dog whistle. And then we have the solar panel here. And on the back of the radio, we have our dynamo hand crank for manually charging the radio. And then also, we have the battery compartment. And then here in the bottom right corner, we have the sticker that shows the model number, the FCC label that we see on quite a lot of radios, and the serial number. So yeah. So unfortunately, I won't be able to demonstrate the siren on this radio because I don't feel comfortable trying to self-activate this radio. So instead, I'm actually going to get into a couple of specifications that I haven't actually gone over with too many radios. Like, when it was released and stuff. So, yeah. So, that being said, here we go with the general specifications. So, some quick specifications about this radio. The ER310, the ER210, and the EH55VP were all released in 2016 when Midland launched their E-Ready series, or Emergency Ready series, or E-Ready. So this, the ER210 and the EH55VP all came out on the same day. And this is the most advanced one of them all. So yeah. And for the most part, this radio hasn't had any real design changes, although you may see on some newer ER310s that they have an antenna that pulls all the way out. And has this part, and they can actually, and people can actually pull the antenna out like that and stand up just like the antenna on the WR400. But this one is an older model, so this doesn't have that capability. This one, you can only pull the antenna straight out. It's not like the newer ER310s, where you can actually pull the antenna out all the way, and there's this part, and people can actually move it up and stand up like you would the antenna on WR400 or WR300. But this is an older model. I believe this was manufactured sometime in 2019, I want to say. I got this in May of 2020. But the place I got it from, they don't get shipments from Midland too terribly often. So, in fact, I think this was probably left over from when they sold them in 2019. Because the place that I got this from, they don't sell weather radios year-round. So, yeah. So, like I said, this radio was released in 2016. And it has only had a changes since it was released, other than the antenna. Couple more specifications. This radio, and I'll get into this more in the power sources section, you know, where I explain all the ways that you can power this radio. But this radio does have a 18650 battery and 6 AA batteries. And also, you'll usually find this radio for anywhere from $59.99 to, I think, $79.99, I think. It's some outrageous price. I think it's like anywhere from $70 to $90. I've seen it. I got this for $50. And I prefer not to specify where I got it, but I did get it for $50. Well, I didn't actually get it. I actually got this as a gift from my grandfather. So, yeah, he got me this when my first WR100 version 5 broke. Or, it didn't break, but its tuner was starting to go out, and it was starting to have issues going off. So, he got me this as a replacement. So, yeah. So, anyways, now, the first feature I'm going to get into on this radio will be the antenna. So, yeah, here we go with that. So, the antenna on the Midland ER310. Now, as I just mentioned, this is an older ER310. I'm not sure when it was manufactured, but it does not have the antenna like Nicholas, also known as Thermal-1's ER310 has. You know, where you can pull it out and raise it up just like you would a normal antenna, like you can do with the antenna on the WR400 and 300 and stuff. This does not have that capability. And also, I do have some issues with my antenna. As you can see, it actually came doing box like this. So, that's not good, but it's not that big of a deal. I mean, hey, as long as it gets WXK5, it's fine in my book. And besides, I don't really use this radio for catching weather alerts. I actually, for the most part, use this for catching AM, FM alerts. Because the siren on this radio is so annoying. So, for the most part, I use this to catch AM, FM alerts. Which it's actually pretty good at DXing AM and FM. But I'll get into that a little later. So, here's the antenna. This antenna has, I believe, 7 links, because there's one link that's stuck in there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there are 6 links on this antenna. So, yeah. So this isn't exactly that good of an antenna review, but it's not that big of a deal because even if this antenna was in place and how it's supposed to be, it's not exactly accurate anymore. Because if you watch Nicholas, also known as Thunderbait 1's videos, then you'll know that his ER310 antenna actually can extend all the way out and actually can be pulled up like you would a normal antenna. So, yeah. Anyways, so the next thing I'm going to get into will be reception on weather. So, yeah. With that being said, here we go. So, reception on weather band on the Midland ER310. So, yeah. Go and turn it on. To turn on this radio, press the power button here. And as you can see, I am on WXK 5.
It was partly sunny, with a temperature of 61 at Tulsa and 51 at Wichita. At Dallas-Fort Worth, it was cloudy.
I can't really get anything on 162.425. I just get bleeding through from WXK 5. And then so you may be able to hear, I can get a little bit of KJY 94 out of Chickasha. I can't really get WXL 48 out of Enid that well. And then WNG 654 out of Stillwater. Let me try to get the camera out of the tripod with one hand. So I kind of get WNG 654. I can't really get anything on channel 6. I get a tiny bit of WXK 87 at Clinton. But I can't really get that good. Keep in mind, I live probably 2-3 hours away from Clinton. So, yeah. I can hear a tiny bit of WXK 7, but not that good. And then KJY 95 out of Wewoka. So, yeah.
15 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny.
And then to power the radio off, you just click the power button. And then also, while I'm talking about the weather band, to turn on the weather alert function, you just press this button here, click it, and you can see WX flashing. Click it again, turns off, click it, it'll flash WX, and that means it's monitoring. And whenever any headers come through, after the third header, it will go off with its very annoying siren. So, yeah. That's why, for the most part, I use this radio for catching AM, FM alerts. It's because the siren on this thing is so annoying. So, yeah. And also, to get into the menu, you press and hold that button. You have the option of choosing either have the display show the frequency or the channel. So, frequency, as you saw, it said 162.400. Click on channel.
Of 61 at Tulsa. At Dallas, Fort Worth. Air free 61.
Then I do have this set to 24-hour time. And then also you can have the backlight on for 5 seconds, completely turned off, or have it on all the time. I prefer just to have it on for 5 seconds. And then switch that back to frequency.
Thunderstorms, strong to severe thunderstorm.
And then
On Tuesday, across most of Oklahoma and North Texas. There will be a risk of all modes of severe weather with any storms that develop during the day on both days. Additional thunderstorms may occur Thursday night into early Friday. Severe weather is unlikely with these storms. Get graphics and more details at weather.gov/Norman and follow our weather forecast office on Twitter and Facebook. At Oklahoma City, the sunset this evening occurs at 8:08 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and the sunrise in the morning occurs at 6:48 a.m. Central Daylight Time. The Oklahoma City...
So, as you just heard, we do have a risk of severe weather. Also, in case you're wondering, what day this is being shot Wednesday, April 21st. Oh, beautiful. Oh, great, they finally arrested the person in that shooting. So, as you can see here, this video is being recorded on Wednesday, April 21st, 2021 at 5:13 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, yeah, anyways, the next feature I'm going to get into on the ER310 will be AM and FM reception. So, with that being said, here we go with that. So, AM FM reception on the ER310. So, like I said, in the weather band section, or the weather reception, you click this button, turn on the radio. We'll go and switch it to AM.
So looking out for our neighbors is something that comes naturally to us. So when COVID hit, we did what it took.
This is
now vaccines are here, and some folks are easing up a bit,
KTOK 1000 AM.
That's because there are these new forms of the virus, and they're spreading quickly.
And then this is 1140 AM KRMP. It's a heart and soul station.
Brisket tacos.
I can't remember what station this is. I'm actually not too terribly sure.
No, I don't want my brisket dry ever. That's a dumb question.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. Other other story is, and we've been hitting this, but the impact McGowan or
That is KGHM 1340.
not with the football team.
It's a commercial radio station.
Allegedly involved with a burglary charge.
Okay, allegedly.
Between winnings, grab a bite at the
And then this is 15:20 a.m. It's actually here in my local town.
Cimarron Casino in Perkins. It's a whole new game. Owned and operated by the Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma. Mask required on casino floor. Visit CimarronCasino.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like,
That
well,
is
trying to find a new
KOKC.
Sure, you can post your job to some job board,
And actually,
but
it's
then
in
all you
Oklahoma
can do is
City.
hope the
It's
right
not
person
my,
comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at
it's not my actual,
ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
town
ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on
or
candidates
city I
like
live in.
you. It finds them for you. Its
So
powerful technology
that
identifies
is,
people with the right experience and
I
actively
forgot what I
invites
said it
them to
was.
apply to your job.
KOKC. That used to be KOMA. But anyways, and then the battery on my camera's dying.
I am one of women.
Turn this down. So that's 96.1. Can't remember what its call sign is, but they get stuff straight from the State Emergency Management Office. And then that is sorry, you can't really see the display. That's 94.7 The Brew, KBRU. And then 92.5 KOMA, my personal favorite station. Oops. That's some sort of Christian station. Opera station. And then this is 88.9. That is my local K-Love station. So this is my local K-Love station. So yeah. Anyways, the next feature I'm going to get into will be the flashlight. So with that being said, here we go with that. So the flashlight on the ER310. So there are two flashlight options. There's this one, which is already bright. Oops. And then there's this one, which is brighter. So there's brighter. And then next is the SOS beacon, which flashes in the lower brightness setting. And then also there's the dog whistle, which I'm not going to activate. But if you were to activate, you press the button up here for a couple seconds, and it would show dog up here. Anyways, next thing I'm going to get into is going to be the ways of powering this radio. Or no, I'm sorry, using the USB port to charge your phone. So, with that being said, here we go with that. So, being able to charge your phone using the ER310. So, charge your phone, you just open up the flap over here on the right. Plug in the USB-A side cable over there. And then you plug whatever type of jack that your phone uses. You plug it in. In my case, I have an iPhone 7, so therefore I use Lightning. So then turn on the volume. And then if I plug in my phone, Oh. And the ER310 is playing that it's dead. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to unplug my Echo Dot. Move the camera up here. And we're going to do it like this. And then I'm going to connect the ER310 to micro USB cable, which, speaking of, micro USB port is right there next to the USB slot. And this cable is short. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. There we are. And then now you can see, and unfortunately the charging LED is not visible on mine. Then as you can see, the ER310 is charging. And now we're going to try and charge my phone. So, maybe you have to unplug 310. I don't know why it's not wanting to work. I don't know why it's not wanting to work. This cable's good. It's not even a year old. Well, anyways, you can charge your phone using this radio. It does work. I mean, you saw it work. You heard my phone chime before the ER310 decided to die. And now it's flashing full power. Wow. Anyways, it's not that big of a deal though. Anyways. So, the next feature I'm going to get into on this radio will be the ways of powering it. So, that being said, here we go with that. So, the ways of powering the ER310. There are a bunch of ways that you can power this radio. You can power it off of the micro USB cable. I've tried it before. Even if you don't have the rechargeable battery or anything in it, and you don't have any batteries in it, if you were to plug a micro USB cable in there, it would work. Also, we have the dynamo hand crank for powering the radio. You kind of see it there. Here, let me. So you can see here it's blinking on screen. The battery's blinking, indicating that it's being charged. And then you can also charge it using the solar panel. Which, unfortunately, it is cold outside. So I'm not going to demonstrate the solar panel. But anyways, you can also power it off of the included 18650 cell. As you can see here, 18650 size. And then the model number of it is BATT26L. And you can also charge or power this radio off of a very huge number of batteries. This thing takes 6 AA batteries. Yes, 6. This thing, you do not need 6 AA batteries. You gotta love when the battery on your camera dies while you're in the middle of filming. Anyways, so as I was saying, you can power this radio via the included 18650 battery, which it does include in the box when you buy it. And in most cases, it's also included when you, if you were to get on eBay. And if, for some reason, if you get it off of eBay and it doesn't include the battery, you can buy a new one on Midland's website for like $4.99 or something. Or you can get a third-party battery. And then also, like I said, this radio takes 6 AA batteries. A radio like this does not need 6 AA batteries. I mean, I understand that. I understand with radios like the 12519, which has a bunch of features on it. But on radio this simple, come on, Midland, you could have done better. So, yeah, anyways. So, yeah. Next thing I'm going to get into will be the final thoughts / general opinion of the radio. So, yeah. So, here we go with that. So, my final thoughts / general opinion of the ER310. Overall, it's a pretty nice little radio. Although, do I recommend that you get this as your first ever weather radio? No, I don't, because, for one thing, this is a 1050 Hz radio only. You can't program any SAM codes into it. And plus, with its annoying siren, that is another big thing. So, yeah. And also, it's not really meant to be a desktop radio. It's meant to be used when you go camping and stuff like that. It's not really meant to sit on a desk. Like, it's not meant to sit on a desk like this for hours on end. Especially not with the micro USB cable plugged in, because the battery on this thing will last for 36 hours. I've personally tested that out myself. But that's if you, from full charge. It takes 36 hours for it to go dead. I don't recommend that you, and also, that 36 hours, that test I did, that was with the, on FM. So, constantly playing FM radio. So, yeah. So, if you do plan on using this as a desktop radio, unplug the micro USB cable. Because, or if you are going to use it as desktop radio, plug in the micro USB cable and take out the 18650 battery. Reason being is because you don't want the battery to be consistently charged, because it could possibly damage it. So, yeah. So, I don't recommend, like I said, I don't recommend you get this as your first ever weather radio. It's a nice, like, second or third radio, but I don't recommend you get it as your first ever weather radio. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and have a nice day.